Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome new subscribers. I got a lot of them. Thanks to High Impact Flicks, Brian, that High Impact Flicks, High Impact TV. Thank you, brother. You gave my channel a shout out yesterday. Take a look at that. I'm so beyond grateful. I had 67 subscribers prior to this, and now I have 480. So I can't express to you enough how grateful, deeply grateful I am for you for giving me that shout out. I think it is important to like support each other. I supported you with some super chats. I've been supporting you for quite some time. I still don't even know like how to monetize my channel, how to do all these things. I mean, I had 67 subscribers, so it wasn't going anywhere. It just put out content when and where I can. I do investigations when and where I can. I got into this fight from the geoengineering issue, the spraying in our skies. I just started with a camera, started recording the skies on a day-to-day basis, and did not like what I was seeing. So that's how I got into this fight. Like amateur investigative journalism. You'll see. Actually, I have other videos I have to get up there, but taking videos at airports of retrofit nozzles on airplanes and just monitoring the skies, understanding that, like, where the insect populations are pretty much 90% gone. Our trees are dying everywhere. I go for a lot of walks in the woods. I see our trees are dying everywhere. We know what's going on with bees. I mean, you could go look up bees and Alzheimer's and see that these bees are dying from, aluminum toxicity, like Alzheimer's. There's ties with aluminum and Alzheimer's, and geoengineeringwatch.org invested in a flying lab, sent the flying lab up into the atmosphere to capture the materials directly from source, and they did find those toxic metals, aluminum, barium, strontium, in those in the data they collected, which matches U.S. patents related to geoengineering and weather modification. There's also soil tests and water tests and snow tests that show these heavy metals. There's people who've gotten tested that have come back with this heavy metal toxicity. There's documentaries of farmers and losing their crops and palm trees dying because of these things, where these palm trees were in locations where there was no industrial footprint or presence anywhere near there, yet they're getting all this toxic aluminum, barium, and strontium that just settles down from the spraying. So that's how I got into this fight, and I just want to show where you promoted my channel yesterday. I'm so grateful for you. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen. I was so excited.
Go Within to Get Out says, also with the super chat, new homeless tent city in Charlotte because of lockdowns going to ask for their stories. Sad. Could you help me give these people a voice? Absolutely, man. Go Within, Get Out. Go Within, Get Out. Here, let me just give you a quick shout out here. Let me see. I'm going to go to this right here. Open up a... It won't let me click on your profile pic. Go Within. Go Within, Get Out. There we go.
Much at stake, people.
This is Go Within, Get Out's channel. Here, I'm going to put it in the... Here you go, man. I don't know anything about Go Within, Get Out's content, but we're all adults in this room. If it's something that you don't want, turn off. If it's something you want, turn it on. He's got 71 subscribers. Let's give him some love. And he says that there's a tent city going on in Charlotte because the lockdown is going to ask for their stories. That would be very interesting to me. I want to know if that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. So this is Go Within, Get Out. Here, I'm going to put that. If anybody else is doing an outreach like that as well, and you have a channel or you have some kind of social media platform and you're doing something positive for the community, you're going out there with a microphone and a camera and you're trying to find out what people are thinking. This is how we change things, man. This is how we circumvent fake stream media. we become the journalists that they should be. So I'm gonna put it in there again. Thank you, Go Within, Get Out. I appreciate the super chat. I would like to. I'm interested. You know what? Here, let me subscribe here. I'm gonna subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon. All. This is how we support each other, guys. So from 71 subscribers, now he has 98 subscribers. Let's see if we can get him to 100 subscribers. First 100 subscribers. I'm gonna hit the refresh button again. If you guys want to go to his channel and subscribe, I'd be curious to see those interviews, because I want to know why those people are homeless. How did the lockdowns affect them? Did they lose their houses? Did they lose their cars? Did they operate a business that was shut down? Gonna hit the refresh button again. From 98 to 117. Thank you, guys. That's super freaking humbling that everybody's willing to support each other. All right, Go Within, Get Out. Let's see what you do, man. Thank you. Kieran Tibbetts drops super chat from New Zealand. No mess.
Thank you, Brian. It is truly humbling. I can't express enough how truly humbled I am today to go from 67 subscribers, where they've silenced my voice. YouTube, I can't even. I think I can upload videos now, but I was in a timeout. I got a couple community guideline strikes, and I mean that tells me I must be doing something right. And so I'm just so deeply grateful for you. And I haven't done these interviews yet in these 10 cities. I do have a job that I work Monday through Friday. I'm supposed to be working right now, but I wanted to get this off my chest and just welcome the new supporters, new subscribers. I will not let you down. I really do need your support, just like the support that you give Brian, these super chats, these kinds of things where I actually just created a GoFundMe account. So my idea is that I am going to try and make a documentary film, which I've never done. I've never made a documentary film before. I've only put together some videos. I very, very amateur on video editing and production value and sound quality even. So I'm going to need some help to partner with someone else. But let me just show you the GoFundMe that I just created to kick off this project. So I am going to need some new camera equipment. All I have is this Sony, which is kind of beat up and kind of burnt up, and it's not good enough for a documentary film. So I'm going to need some camera equipment, but here's the project in a nutshell. To show you, Brian, how dedicated I am to this. My plan to kick off fundraising efforts for this project is to give away that $600 stimulus check. So the last thing that government wants me or any of us to do is to help each other. So if they're going to extort me for my money and hold my freedoms hostage, I'm going to take it and give it away to someone who needs it much more than I do. I'm going to just read this for you. I don't know what the best way, maybe Brian, maybe you and I could hop on and talk this through, because really this GoFundMe that I created was just me thinking out loud about this project. I'm seeing these tent cities pop up in Charlotte. I'm seeing, I'm just seeing our very humanity just crumble all around us. Our communities crumble all around us. I mean, we're in the fight of our lives, like the fight for our very humanity. And, I've been through so many dark things in my life. I used to be a heroin addict, and I'm a suicide survivor. I never tried to directly kill myself, but I was just so indifferent about life, taking 60 pills at once. And I understand the significance and the importance of this moment right here before us. And that's kind of what you're going to see with my channel to these new subscribers. Just me sharing openly, honestly. I'm raw. I show emotion. Sometimes I divulge a little too much about my family. Um, as they have a right to their privacy, but I'm just trying to be honest and talk about the divide that my own family has experienced throughout this whole crazy, you know, crisis that we're in. I need to be careful about the words that I'm using here. I'm gonna try to post this to YouTube, so um, I'll try not to get too. It's just crazy that we have to actually censor ourselves in the words, but um, let's take a look at this. This is me just thinking out loud. I need some help. Like, I want to donate this $600, but I don't know how to set up the GoFundMe. So I need to work out a lot of these logistics in terms of what I want to do is what I want to ask for. So I'm going to ask for support for the documentary project. Um, but I also want to keep funds raised. So my idea is to take all proceeds from this film and to dedicate it and donate it directly to the homeless people in these 10 cities all around the country. So I need to figure out how to do that. But I'm also going to need your support because I would like to quit my job, my current soul stealing, soul crushing job that I'm working for a Fortune 500 company, CVS, which is just crazy. You know what? Let's just read the GoFundMe because I covered a lot of this stuff in here. For new subscribers who haven't seen some of my work or listened to some of my podcasts, um, this should give you a brief overview of like who I am and what I stand for and what I'm trying to accomplish with my channel and with this kind of work with this project. Okay, so just get into it. A little bit about me. My name is Andy Girard. I'm 35, recovered from a bad heroin addiction, among a great many other addictions. I'm a suicide survivor, and I'm happy and proud to say that I am very much alive and loving life. As screwed up and as upside down as it is, like, I'm hopeful. Might be false hope, yeah, but I'm hopeful because I see just the change in me. Um, I'm in an Airbnb right now. I have no shelter. Let's try to just read this actually, because I could just go off and go off and go off on this. But suicide survivor, happy to and proud to say I'm very much alive. I just moved from Massachusetts to Charlotte, North Carolina, to be with my girlfriend Judith, who's the most beautiful, sweet, kind, compassionate person you would ever meet. And I got here on Christmas Day, 12/25/2020. In 2020, I came to Charlotte 4 times, January, March, April, May, to visit my girlfriend, and I never once noticed these homeless tent cities that I'm now currently, January 21, seeing absolutely everywhere. They are everywhere. It's beyond heartbreaking on so many levels, and these people's lives matter. Their stories matter. They are human beings and our fellow brothers and sisters. Are we just going to forget about them and throw them away? We are only as strong as the weakest among us, and we are deeply and intimately connected on so many levels. So when one person is suffering, we are all suffering. The government and the lockdowns did this. Don't ever, ever forget it. I used to be addicted to prescription pills, OxyContin, Xanax, gabapentin, Valium, muscle relaxers, etc., etc., which eventually led me to using heroin. I never shot heroin. I was just sniffing it, but it was going to get there. It was going to get there eventually. And thank God it didn't, because I probably wouldn't be here talking to you all today, you beautiful people. Thank you so much for your support. I gave up the heroin and opioids back in January of 2017, but then got addicted to the drug Suboxone for a little more than a year, which is supposed to help addicts with withdrawal symptoms and cravings. Interesting, too, how the Suboxone is manufactured by the same companies that manufacture the OxyContin. So they manufacture the drug that gets you on the chemical hook, and then they manufacture the drug that's supposed to help you get off of it. It's interesting, right? Failed war on drugs, big pharma. Seems like we've all just seem to have collectively forgot about their role in the opioid epidemic as they're kicking off their little VAXX jab campaign. All criminals too, by the way, convicted criminals. So I got off Suboxone in the winter of 2018 after I decided to eat 3,000 milligrams of edible cannabis. What a crazy story that is. I've told that story a couple times on my podcast, but very interesting indeed. It was crazy. I'm sorry, Mom. Remember the terrified look on her face as she was calling 911, that's thinking I was dying. Crazy story that is, but excuse me. I'll get into a lot of this stuff too. I still have a plan to like tell my full story and get all the details in there. Haven't quite done that yet, but I have a project I'm working on. As if that wasn't enough to straighten me out, quitting Suboxone soon transitioned into an addiction of gabapentin, which is like an anxiety medication that they give to people withdrawing from pills, which was first prescribed to me to treat my shingles. I had shingles on my forehead. It was like a golf ball size welt. Where all of a sudden I found myself taking up to 60 pills at once. 60 pills at once. Talk about a total indifference towards life, huh? Also, at this time, I never felt more alone in my entire life. Working a dead-end, soul-crushing job making cardboard boxes for a multi-billion-dollar company, WestRock. I left WestRock to take a job working for big pharma giant CVS Health, who is now firmly in the center of all things CV19, particularly playing an integral role supporting the completely fraudulent PCR tests and also the CV19 VAXX distribution. Even though we all know the manufacturers themselves don't even call it a VAXX. They call it an operating platform or a gene therapy, which, according to the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS, has already caused thousands of tragic adverse events up to and including death. And we know Bill Gates called the VAXX the final solution on Stephen Colbert, even though Facebook's fact checkers will tell us he did not say that or he did not mean it. Of all places, a once terribly drug addicted person now working for a legal drug dealer. Talk about irony. I am still currently employed here and desperately want to leave. Will you help me? Will you help me? I need your help. If you value any of the things that I've said or that I stand for, that I intend on accomplishing, please support me in this fight. If I could get, well, let's just continue with this because I get into that too. God, I got to stay on track. I lose focus quickly. So still currently employed here and desperately want to leave. Will you help me? During this time at CVS, I also struggled with intense feelings of suicide as recent as 2019, early 2020. But after a long journey of going within, assisted by plant medicine, psilocybin, I took my life back in 2020 once and for all. I really did. I talk about a lot of this stuff on my latest podcast, podcast number 6 that I've done. Let's see. Actually, I won't change the screen, but you can get to it on my backup channel, Go Within to Get Out Censored. I'm going to try to upload it to this channel as well, but so ridiculous that I can't just keep everything in one place because of censorship. Um, so yeah, I really did. I took my life back with these sacred, beautiful, powerful plant medicines. Even the mainstream media is now reporting that are 4 times more effective at treating depression than any other pharmaceutical. It's no wonder these things have been illegal for so long because they transformed my life. They really transformed my life. I took my healing into my own hands since none of the ways in which society recommends was working. Nothing was working. I tried all the pharmaceuticals. I tried all the therapies. I remember having one therapist that literally I would go in there and she would be telling me about her personal life and I would be more of the therapist. And like it even got to a point where she was like texting me asking for Adderall and stuff like that because she was a former addict. And um it's it's just crazy. I mean, I have compassion for her and I don't blame her or have any ill will towards her, but those are the kind of things that you might run into um you know in terms of societal ways of supposedly, healing yourself. So I took it into my own hands, communed with these plant medicines with intent, with reverence. Can't just take them and go to a party and go to a rave or a concert. That's not what it's like. That's what, some people do, and that's wrong. You have to go into these experiences with intent and to get your mind into a place that's prepared for anything, because these medicines, they might not give you what you want, but they most definitely give you what you need. They show you the truth of your life and the truth of this reality that we find ourselves in when you go into it with intention. If you misuse them or abuse them or mistreat them, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a bad time. That's where the bad trips come from. It's people abusing them and resisting as well. You can't resist. You have to go wherever the medicines take you. You have to go down that dark hallway. You have to face your deepest, darkest fears. That's what the mushrooms, these beautiful sacred medicines, get you to do, is to go within yourself, address, find out what your traumas are, what you're hiding back there in your subconscious that the brain, does to defend yourself, to protect you, when all it does is just makes things worse. It prolongs things. It prolongs the trauma. Um, so it doesn't actually protect you by locking it away. Um, it ends up controlling you for your entire life until you can realize what is there driving you. Why was I such an asshole? That's a tough question to ask, and even tougher question to answer. Humbling, truly humbling. Um, so yeah, I took my life back with these medicines in 2020. Um, Everything was so confusing. Had found love. I found my girlfriend in 2019. She kept me hanging on, but I was still very indifferent about life and asking the questions: Am I worthy enough to be here? Do I deserve to be here? And I didn't have great answers for that. And then in December 2019 was my first mushroom experience, where my brother and I got a place. We rented an Airbnb out in Western Massachusetts and communed with these medicines together. And that helped me sort of just begin my healing. And then in March, I had another beautiful experience. April, had an amazing experience in the woods with my two friends, where I decided I wasn't going to kill myself, like right there and there in April, in the middle of the woods. Let me just share this and I'll get back to the GoFundMe. I'll show this picture. Um, Let's see. Bear with me for a moment. Bear with me. I don't know what's going on there, but I think it's here. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm looking for this photo. I can't find it, but let's just go back. All right, I can't find the photo, so I'm going back to the GoFundMe. I'll tell you a lot more about all this stuff, but just trying to explain who I am and some of the things that I've been through and why I want to make this stand right now, because humanity needs something. We need to shake things up, and we can't make this world better like until we all individually heal ourselves. It's like there's so much chaos within all of us that as long as there's chaos within us, or as long as there's still monsters within us, there's going to be chaos on the outside in the external world. There's going to be monsters outside in the external world. So we really need to look within ourselves and ask, what have we done to contribute to this? What have we done? So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm probably the most kind, compassionate, caring person there is on the planet. I got the heart of a lion, and I know my time can be better spent than just giving it away to corporations like CVS. I just need a little support. So please join me on this journey. So yeah, if you'd like to understand my story in more detail, I encourage you to check out my YouTube channel, Go Within to Get Out, and my backup channel, Go Within to Get Out Censored, to learn more. Podcast number 6 that I did with my friend Mason Gleason, which can be found on my backup channel, is a good place to start. I'm trying to tell my story of the evil, heinous things I did as a drug addict, and more importantly, how I was able to get to a place of true healing and true forgiveness. Self-forgiveness as well as forgiving others. It starts with self-forgiveness. So keep that in mind. It's a very important concept, forgiveness. We cannot see what is wrong with the external world until we can look within ourselves and ask the question, what have I done to contribute to the evil we are seeing in the world? What kind of evil have I cast out into the world? Just for example, I voted for Donald Trump in 2016. It's like I was a zombie taking 10 Percocet, 30 milligram Oxycontin, like at once. Like I was rolling up my sleeves for flu vaccines, 8, 9, 10 years ago, just completely unconscious, completely not even thinking about what I was doing. I voted for Obama in 08 and 2012. I remember after 9/11 calling Muslims towel heads, It's just so ridiculous that they were able to like manipulate us to hate these other people. Um, it's just that's evil. Like even if we're well intended and well-meaning people on many levels, to turn around and do something like that, to call people that, to stereotype people like that, it's ridiculous, and does nothing to help the situation of this world. So about the project, right? To kick off fundraising efforts, I will be doing exactly what the government and our corporate controllers don't want me to do. I will be donating my $600 stimulus check, which they have stolen from us anyways, to get the project kicked off. I don't know how I'm going to do this logistically because I tied this GoFundMe to my personal checking account. I don't know. I got to figure out the logistics of how I do this. I'm just thinking out loud. I wanted to get this thank you out to Brian and to show how dedicated I am, that I'm willing to donate $600 here to get this thing kicked off. I need to work out the details. how I can raise money for this project, how I can raise money for these people, and how do I keep them separate? How do I manage all this? All things I need to continue to work through. Think about, figure out who am I going to partner with? How do we do this? How can how do we do this? But I'm right here, right now. I'm pledging $600 to these people. Um, I'm not even sure that I received said check yet, but I plan on donating that much either way. I want no part of taking their blood money, and these people who are now homeless because of said government desperately need it more than I do. My plan is to go into their numerous tent cities with a camera and help give these people a voice and tell their stories of how they got there, because their stories matter and their lives matter. I don't have much. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs myself. I'm staying in an Airbnb. I don't even have shelter yet. I just packed up my car from Massachusetts. Um, I got pretty much everything I own fit in this car, this small 2013 Chevy Cruze with like 250,000 miles on it. That I'm totally upside down in my car loan. So I'm in no position to really give, but I have to. I feel like I have to, and that the universe and will come to my aid, for paying it forward, for putting myself out there, for taking the shots, taking the ridicule. I've have a crazy divided relationship with my family, whom I love so deeply. If you're listening, mom, dad, Mikey, Matt, my brothers, my little nephew Phoenix, my grandmother, all of you. Um, I love you, and I forgive you for, thinking that I'm crazy and just writing me off and dismissing me at every turn. I forgive you. I know you're well meaning, that you love me, but this world is crazy and it's upside down and it's unfair and it's dehumanizing. This whole narrative, this whole situation of us being afraid of each other for the rest of our lives just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero common sense. You told me to trust my gut instinct. Here I am trusting my gut instinct. So I need some help. I need some help for finding shelter myself. But but these people really need our help and need my help. So this is my pledge, to show my commitment. $600. Need to figure out how to get this into a fund so we can track all these things. And um, but I had to get something out there. So yeah, their lives matter. I don't have much. I'm in debt up to my balls, but so desperately want to do something more meaningful with my time and what little resources I do have. So here I am. I will be seeking out partners to help with production, filming, and editing since I have never done a documentary film before. My plan is to have all proceeds from the film go directly towards helping these people get food, water, shelter, and hopefully back on their feet. Ideally, back on their feet. Ideally, I want to try and figure out how we can help them now, get them food and water and shelter now while we are making the film. Anyone out there willing to help me sort out those details or get involved in any way, please let me know. Brian, I believe there was someone in your live stream by the name of Watchman Studios 2 who said he was a graphic designer and video editor. If someone could help me track him down, maybe I could get in touch with him and get the ball rolling to get him involved. I'm going to need some help. I have no idea what I'm doing. None. No idea. Just know that something needs to be done. That's all. That's all I know. I don't know what this is going to look like. I picture just going down there with a sign and holding up a sign being like, I'm a human being who cares about you and about your story. Like, how can I help? I don't have much. How can I help? I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go, but this is what I want. I want to help people. I want to help people heal. I want to help this world heal, because I'm never going to get to a better place of freedom and humanity if we don't do something to help these disenfranchised people that are suffering as a result a direct result of government intervention and tyranny. It's about no masters, no slaves. That's what I'm all about. True freedom. So anyone out there willing to help sort out any of these details or get involved in any way, please let me know. In the very crude stages of this project, as you can tell, and this GoFundMe is literally me thinking out loud, but I must do something. I will be creating another separate GoFundMe that will serve to assist me personally with my expenses, because if I can get the support, then maybe I can quit my soul-crushing job at CVS. And it does. It crushes my soul. I'm definitely having a crisis of conscience right now, especially with CVS's integrated, significant integral role in this vaccine VAXX rollout. I don't feel comfortable with it at all. I actually put in an application to drill geothermal wells for $18 an hour when I'm currently making over $40 an hour. Because I don't care about money. I just want my basic needs met. I want to be able to pay my ridiculous student loan that I can never get out of, pay my car insurance, pay for my rent, pay for food, pay for shelter. That's all I want. I want nothing other than that. And I want to be able to help people. So if you can help me get to that point, I will dedicate my every waking hour to this fight. It's what I so desperately want. Yeah, so if I can quit my soul-crushing job, dedicate myself wholeheartedly to this effort of helping those that need it the most. If I keep repeating myself because I'm not reading it, and then I end up talking about it anyway. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be wasting anyone's time. I probably could have done this a lot quicker. Maybe I'll work on something more formal and crisp and to the point, but God, I'm like supposed to be working, so I'm like, I gotta hurry up. And then I just keep going longer. Yeah, if I can get my basic needs met, food, water, shelter, and bills paid, I think I can truly help make a difference in this world, because I have the eyes to see how upside down this world is, and I have the will to try and change that. Hope has two beautiful daughters. Their names are Anger and Courage. Anger at the way things are, and courage to see that they do not remain as they are. One of my all-time favorite quotes. Really kept me hanging on last year. Another one too was I don't know if it was a quote or a meme or something, but if the situation was hopeless, their propaganda would be unnecessary. Their censorship would be unnecessary. There are people waking up. 50,000 restaurateurs in Italy all opened up at the same time. And in protest to the Italian government. 250 million Indian farmers rose up in protest of lockdowns and other like ridiculous like laws and mandates that Modi was trying to make to basically just screw these farmers. We saw the 1.5 million people in Germany last year. We've seen pockets of pushback. So yeah, if the situation was hopeless, their propaganda would be unnecessary. Lastly, thank you all so very deeply for your support from the bottom of my heart. Wherever this goes, whatever happens here, I finally believe in myself, and I'm proud of myself, and I hope all of you are too, like for your own selves and your own lives. I hope you spread love and compassion and empathy, and yeah, I hope you question everything and question your reality every day. I mean, the word belief, right? Look at the word belief in the word. It's the lie is in the word belief. Believe. We can't believe people. We have to trust ourselves, trust our own gut instincts, use the power of our minds, discernment, logic, reason. And we have to challenge ourselves every day, humble ourselves every day, challenge what we think we know. Because I do take a grand conspiratorial view on the world. Yes, I do. But I always ask, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Why should I trust a single word these people say to me? The endless examples of lies throughout our history, almost every major world event, all based on lies. So please question everything every day. Question yourself. Not too much. Don't question yourself too much. That can get you into some trouble. We have to have the courage of our own convictions to stand in the face of this tyranny, to stand together, form shield walls together, make eye contact, converse together, listen together, be happy together, be in grief together, share those moments, feel those feelings. Think for yourself. It's so powerful. I mean, do we really want to be robots walking around thinking nothing, feeling nothing, giving away the power of our minds to these controllers, to these propagandists, to these fascists who have sold their souls long, long, long ago? No, we're powerful. We're beautiful. So thank you all so very deeply for your support from the bottom of my heart. Brian, High Impact TV, High Impact Flicks, thank you. It was like a straight shot of dopamine yesterday. I remember I was actually kind of shaking when like I saw it just going up and up and up. And I was like, not that I'm looking for any validation or acceptance necessarily, because I'm going to continue to do what I do and think for myself and hopefully create better content that has greater production value like you do. I'd love to meet you and have a discussion with you and tell you about my story, maybe in some more detail. Maybe you could um, come on my podcast, or we could do something where we could connect and collaborate, and I could get some of these thoughts out in a better way, and like you can help me figure out how I can make this campaign, make this documentary film a success. Maybe you can help me out with that, and we can support each other. I've been supporting your work from pretty much all of last year. I forget how I found you, but man, I love what you do. I love what you stand for. Um, and I support you, brother. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And please join me in this fight to recover our humanity and show the world what human beings are truly capable of. We are not simply robots who think nothing and who feel nothing. We're all human beings who think different things and feel different things, and we're intelligently designed to be unique. There is not a more important time in our human story that we all must understand that than right here and right now. We must fight back against this fascistic, technocratic takeover of our society. We must fight the deception and lies. Let's stand for truth, stand for love, and stand for freedom. Our children's lives, our grandchildren's lives, and our lives depend on it. So that's the GoFundMe. I'll link to that in the description. It's literally me just thinking out loud. A lot of details and logistics to work out, but my plan is to go get some new camera equipment this week. I'm going to invest my own money into that. I'm going to reach out. There's a couple people that I want to try and pull into the project who have aspirations of activism and helping people, helping their community. So this is where I'm starting. I pledged my 600 to you to show how authentic and genuine I am about this. I don't know the logistics of getting into an account to show you that, but that's my pledge. I'm a man of my word. Um, I'm ready. I'm ready for a change. I mean, life is a constant process of change. Learning from our mistakes, learning from history. Learn. We have to learn from these things. Taking 60 pills at once. What did I learn from that? These kinds of things. Like, just a complete indifference about life and a complete raping of this gift. But I'm ready. I'm ready to stand. I'm ready to fight. Will you join me? Thank you so much, and stay tuned. Stay tuned. Follow me on this journey. Follow me on this project. Join me. Help me. Help me help this idea spread to other cities who are in desperate need of it, of just a infusion of hope and love. Like, these people don't want this. I know they don't. The government, the controllers, they don't want this. They don't want us working together, you know, crossing the boundaries of race and belief and all these things. They don't want it. So let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. I got 600 right here. Kicking off the project right here, $600. I would encourage you, challenge some of you to match that. If you think it's a good idea, because I don't want their blood money. I don't want it. I want my freedom. I want a better world. I don't want the old normal. I don't want the new normal. I just want a new. And tonight, Derek Bros, John Bush, the Conscious Resistance, Live Free Now show. They got the Greater Reset kicking off tonight, because the Great Reset's kicking off in Davos today. So they're going to talk about solutions and a way out of this system. We need to exit to try. We need to try as hard as we can to try and exit and build a new system. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if it's fantasy land, but it's something that I've been working towards. Alternative forms of currency, growing our own food, protecting ourselves, these kinds of things, seeking out community, connecting with others. The solutions, the possible solutions they're out there. I don't know. I don't have them all. I definitely don't have them all. And I don't even have a place to live right now. I'm in an Airbnb, just wasting my money. But I pledged $600 right here, right now, to, highlight the true toll of the lockdowns. So join me, friends. Join me, and welcome to the team. I feel your presence, all of you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be alive and breathing here and still with you. So stay tuned. I got to get back to work. I might not have a choice. They might they might just get rid of me anyways, right? So I don't know, but stay with me. Please, I encourage you, get involved. Help me out. Love you, friends.